Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to part 1 of my 99 in-depth summoning guide, which will be about charm collecting. Now this basically is going to go through everything you need for charm collecting: gears, inventories, setups, and different places you can go with the different amount of charms you'll get, and different extras you can use, which will speed this up quite a lot and make it a lot easier in your quest to getting 99 summoning and that steel titan. Hey, what's going on, guys? And for this guide you may want to turn on annotations, as it will help you a lot. Here I have a list of the relevant parts of this guide, and you can click on them to go to that part, so you don't have to waste time watching the boring parts that you don't really need. So guys, before going to familiarization, which is actually really helpful to do, what you want to do is home teleport to Ulog, or you can get here using the Ring of Dueling, teleport to mobilizing armies, and then running straight east across the big forest kind of thing with the eucalyptus trees. And then, or you can also, by the way, you can get a charter ship to Ulog, and from any port really. So yeah, the closest one to a teleport I believe is the one in Cathaby. And what you want to do is, yeah, for this you have to have done as a first resort quest, and you want to run around into Uglog, and then there's loads of baths here that you can see. Here's the copper one, and then there's different names for these ones, and they all have different effects, but the one that we're interested in for familiarization is this one right here, which is the saltwater bath. And this, what it basically does is it makes sure that your run is always full, and it restores it. So what you want to do is quickly you jump into this bath thingy over here, you jump straight back out, you don't need to sit in there. Just jump straight back out, and as you see here, it says you feel energized and hastened after your relaxing soak. And right now, I believe it's for 10 minutes. Basically, your run energy will not deplete at all. If I run around, you can see it goes 98%, and then it just goes straight back up to 100%. It doesn't go below 90% no matter how much gear you have, really. So that's actually really helpful for familiarization. And now I'm going to show you how to do that. So familiarization is a D&D, distraction and diversion, that actually works on a basis where every 2 hours an obelisk will change, and within those 2 hours, for 20 minutes, the obelisk will be active, and you'll be able to go and do the familiarization minigame. And the way to check if the world that you're on, this is actually different for each world, by the way. So in one world, out of all of the worlds, an obelisk could be active, whereas every other world, the obelisk could be inactive. And the way to check this is to go here onto the adventures interface, and then click on minigame at the top, go to this drop down list and click on D&Ds, and then go down until you see familiarization. And here, if you click on it, or if you hover over it, it should say here, this activity begins in 9 minutes, that is. So basically in 9 minutes on this world, the obelisk will be active. So what you want to do is hop around to each world until you find one that actually says that it's active now. And then for this, make sure that you go to Tavali. So I'm going to quickly teleport to Tavali. And then what you want to do is quickly run to pick up sticks. So I'll just speed this up right here. So once you have found a world where the obelisk is actually active, you have to talk to Pick Up Sticks, and then ask him about Pick and Mix, the third option. And then you ask him, where's Pick and Mix? And here he would give you a clue if that thing is actually active, his familiarization is actually active. So what you want to do is go to the wiki page, which I've linked in the description, and the clue should be there, as well as the actual obelisk location that you need to go to in order to do familiarization. So I'm going to quickly do that, hop around, and then show you the actual minigame itself. So as you guys can see, I've actually made it to an active obelisk, and you can tell it's active because it's picking mix here and there's sparkles on the obelisk itself. So what you have to do is quickly talk to him, and then say, sure, I'll have a go. And it takes you straight into the minigame. Now, if you want to see a guide in this minigame, a full in-depth one, I will link one in the description. I'm just going to give you a quick overview. And basically, you have your own familiar, and at the top, there shows you 2 familiars that you want to avoid. Otherwise, if you go near them too much, it will drain your timer. So what you want to do is run around and collect all of the spirit raw shards. And this is where the saltwater infinite run really helps a lot, because your run energy runs out so quickly. So what you want to do is collect 60 shards, and then it should take you at the minigame, and then you can collect your reward. So guys, once you complete it and you do get 60 shards, which should be really easy with the run energy boost, you will be teleported straight out, and you will be thanked by Pick and Mix, and then you can choose a reward. So what you can choose is triple charm drops for the next 40 minutes of summoning ingredients. And by the way, triple charm drops is what you want if you're collecting charms, because seriously, this is epic. You get this for 40 minutes, you quickly gear up, and you go straight to Dagonoth, or you go straight to Rock Lobsters. You want to go somewhere where even if it costs money, you want to make sure that for that 40 minutes you are making the most of those triple charm drops. And yeah, that will really help. For 40 minutes, you can gain 3 times as much charms as normal, which will just make it so much easier, which is worth the maybe 5 minutes max it takes to do familiarization. Or if you have 99 summoning like me, you can choose the summoning ingredients, but I don't know why you'd be doing this if you do have 99 summoning. So yeah, definitely go do this familiarization. You can do it once a week, and it shows you when it resets in the adventures tab, which is actually really, really helpful. So guys, if you want to actually make charm collecting a lot easier than it really has to be, then what you want to do is get 100k Dungeoneer tokens and obviously come to the rewards trader and buy a charming imp. Now with solo engineering, getting tokens by yourself is easily possible, going through about 2 or 3 runs depending on your dungeoneering level, but I strongly recommend collecting this as it makes collecting charms infinitely easier. I mean, I'm 99 summoning, and even I got this even after 99, just because collecting charms is like piss easy now with this. So what you want to do is get 100k tokens, sorry, and then make sure you get this charming imp. So well, I'm sure you've all done this before, but right now I'm going to show you how to get to Borg from Edgeville. What you have to do is go into Chaos Tunnels and work your way through the teleporters to get to the northwesternmost room, which is the room with the Dagonoth. If you just really use some common sense, it's quite easy to get there. Sometimes you will get random teleported, but just use the minimap and your bearing to take you to the northwest room where there's Dagonoth and there's ice on the floor, I believe, or there used to be in this room. You go to the poster on the west there. You can do this once a day, and all you have to do is kill Borg. He's really piss easy, to be honest. With any weapon, decent levels, you can kill him really quickly. And if you've done the Elite Varrock Diary, then you will get double the charms. And also with the Ring of Wealth, I believe you get more charms and you get more coins, as well as you get loads of like uncut gems from Borg. So yeah, do Borg once a day for them free charms. So guys, this is going to be the cannoning Dagonoth part of this guide. And by the way, for any pictures that I do have of gear in this guide, be sure to change it up depending on what you do have. I know not everyone has Virtus or Ragefire boots or etc. Or not many people have the Demon Horn necklace or the Bone Crusher. So what you want to do is just change it up according to what you do have. So if I have Virtus and you have Subjugation or Mystic, just use that. If you have a Chaotic Staff, just go ahead and use that. If you don't have a Wolpertinger, then you can use a Unicorn and bring some magic potions. It's all really common sense. This is just a guide showing you the main baseline, or not really a baseline, but really like the gear that I would use if I went there, and you can change it up according to what you do. And you want to apply this to every part of this guide that does include pictures of gear. So what I'm going to do now is quickly show you how to get to the Waterbirth dungeon where you'll be channeling the Dagonoths. So guys, this is going to be the Dagonoth section of this guide, and this is going to be Cannon Dagonoth, of course. So what I'm showing you right here is the way to get to the Waterbirth Island dungeon, which is where you want to go to Cannon Dagonoth from Sears Village. All you have to do is teleport to Sears, Lodestone, run north through Relica, or you can alternatively use a chipped house tab, or use a house tab if your house is in Relica, and then go to the northwesternmost pier, and then right click Java, click go to Waterbirth, and then just run around the island, and you should see the dungeon entrance. And then what you want to do is just go straight inside the dungeon, and then go slightly east around and find the most concentration of Dagonoth, set up your cannon there, and then set up your attack style to Blood Blitz, or Blood Barrage is actually good here because of its multi-target attack, and then set it to main hand as well as off hands. And the best thing to do actually is not Revolution, it is actually using Momentum and Autocasting, because it does do the multi-damage attack, and use your Wolpertinger and boosting, use your prayer noodles, etc. And this is, you only want to use a Wolpertinger here if you do have Soul Split, because otherwise your health will be going down a bit too quickly. Make sure you turn Auto Retaliate on. If you don't have Soul Split here, then just bring magic potions or magic boosting gear or armor or whatever you want to use to boost magic, such as the Vecna Skull, and bring a unicorn or more food in order to heal you. Now in this guide previously with the Dagonoth section, I already showed you how to get to Waterbirth, but what I'm going to do now is show you how to get there using the house tab to Relica if your house is in Relica. Alternatively, if you have done the Love Story quest, you can chip your house tab to go to Relica. What you want to do is obviously go to the northwesternmost pier, and then right click on Java, click teleport to or travel to Waterbirth, and then run around the island to the dungeon entrance, first, and then run through until you get to the Waterbirth Island dungeon. And once you're in the dungeon, you're going to need a partner, and the best way to do this is really is to find a friend, but you can alternatively go to the Bursting Lobs friends chat, which is just Bursting Lobs with no space and an S at the end, Bursting Lobs. And then what you want to do is open the door. If you want a guide on this, I'll be sure to link one in the description because I'm not going to make a full out guide on this. But all you have to do really is run to the north door. Both of you stand on the pads, open it. You run down to the south door and then open that door where one of you runs through the south door, whereas the other one goes back through the north door. And then basically you just open the doors for each other. You will need a range or a magic weapon in order to do this. And then after that is generally, if you know how to get to Dagonoth Kings, it's really that way. You just stop before you get to Dagonoth Kings. You just run through the dungeon and go through the ladders, as you will see in this video. What you want to do once you're at the rock lobsters is just set your auto cast spell to Blood Barrage as your main hand as well as offhand, and then run around to lure all the rock lobsters. You don't want to lure the last two right at the end because that will mean the first 2 or 3 rock lobsters will be unaggressive on you. So you want to keep them aggressive on you, pray melee, and then just run around, lure all of them, and then lure them to the spot which I'm showing you in the video, and then you can just literally kill them really easily. The best way to do this is with momentum, not revolution, because momentum does have the multi-target ability of the blood barrage spell, which should heal you enough. And if you ever need extra healing, then you might want to use a unicorn. But the best thing really to do, and also sometimes the Dagonoth will get on you, but that's really easy to kill. It's like 2 hits with mage. Even though its weakness isn't mage, you could just 2-hit it really quickly, and then just load the rock lobs as shown, and then just kill them using momentum, and you will just see the charms come stacking in, and then go back to the ladder once you're done and load them again, pot up as usual. And there's really nothing else to say for this part. Here in the video I'm showing you an alternative place to go to kill rock lobsters if this first space spot is taken, which is very rare anyway. What you have to do is run past the DK's ladder and then just run straight through the dungeon, keep going up and down the ladders until you get to the final room where you can load the rock lobsters with ease with no other monster there. There is slightly less rock lobsters, and also another problem with this is that they do become unaggressive really easily because of the wide space that they do spawn in, but it's really a lot easier, it's a lot more relaxed. You don't have to worry about Dagonoth or any other monster coming to attack you, and you don't have to worry too much about other people coming to crash you because this really is an obscure spot that not many people will go to. Even though the first spot isn't generally taken ever, if it is, then you have this alternative. Now, one of the best ways really to get charms while training for a maxscape, if that is your end goal, is to do Slayer, as with Slayer you will get tasks that generally do drop quite a lot of nice charms. Most of the Slayer monsters that you will kill will drop enough charms for you to get 99 summoning with the charms from Slayer, as you get 99 Slayer. So this really is killing 2 birds with 1 stone, and is my real recommendation for those without 99 Slayer. Although if you do have 99 Slayer already, then there's really no point. You could just go to faster methods such as the rock lobsters or the Dagonoth that I've shown previously in this guide. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to throw it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel for more epic guides like this. Now, as soon as I do finish part 2 and release it, I will add an annotation right here. So if it is released, you can click on the screen right now to go to part 2 of this guide, which includes which pouches to make with which charms, at what level, how many you will need to make, as well as the cost, which is estimated depending on what you manage to do with your charms and your pouches. And I'll also be showing you quick ways to go between the obelisk and the bank in order to make pouches the most efficient ways, including every single aspect. And I'll make it as detailed as this first part. So again, if you did enjoy, be sure to comment and subscribe to my channel. Peace out.